Hey loves, so today's video is gonna be a serious topic. I'm gonna be talking about my miscarriage that I had back in January of this year. So it's my previous pregnancy to the one I'm carrying right now. I am really grateful and really blessed that was able to get pregnant and I'm able to carry my baby. I know a lot of women are not able to after a miscarriage, or they keep having miscarriages. So I am really thankful and blessed to be able to carry my baby boy. So I'm just gonna be talking to you guys about my story of my miscarriage. Reason why I'm talking to you guys about it now, one is because I want to tell you guys my story, because I know not a lot of women talk about it. They keep it all inside, and it's hard to keep it all inside, not to talk about it. It is hard. And also because October is actually miscarriage and pregnancy loss and infant loss month. And also today, October 10th, would have been my baby's first month of life. My due date was September 10th, which was my fiance's birthday as well. So let's just get right into the story. I'm not gonna lie, my fiance and I were trying to get pregnant for so long. Reason why I think I wasn't able to get pregnant, like what for my reason, was because I was probably really underweight. When I started school, I was only weighing 84 pounds. So I was really underweight. And towards the end of my school, like when I got pregnant, I was already weighing 98 pounds. So I was at a good body mass, but I wasn't quite there yet. We, like every month that I would get my period and we realized that I didn't get pregnant, we never blame each other. I never blamed him, he never blamed me. I know there are couples out there that blame each other. Like the guy probably blames the woman probably blames the guy, which is really unhealthy. You have to be there to support your partner mentally, and like don't be blaming them, because you never know if it's your actual fault, especially the guys, or if it's the girl's fault, you know. But yeah, like having that mental support from your partner is a really big thing, especially when you're trying to have a baby. Like you don't want to blame the other person. Anyways, so we were trying for a while. I never got pregnant. I never blamed him, he never blamed me. I would blame myself. I would tell myself that I can't get pregnant, I can't have kids, I'm sorry. I would like ask him to forgive me because I can't give him a kid. And he would just tell me that it's okay, I know it's gonna happen, it's not your fault. He was like be there for me. The day we found out that I was pregnant was on January 10th. Yeah, January 10th. But before that, like when we were trying all those times, I would say like only like if I had a miscarriage, I would at least know that I was able to get pregnant. Oh, how I regretted saying that after I had the miscarriage. I know it's not something you want to say, but we were trying for so long, 4 years, and I never got pregnant. So I said that one time, and fast forward to January 10th of this year, we were together at a hotel room, and I was saying like, oh, I'm supposed to get my period this week, but I haven't gotten it, and joking around, I was like, oh, should I take a test? And I didn't think I was pregnant. Like, it was during that time when we had already stopped trying, so we were just doing it and let it see what would happen, pretty much. We weren't stressing about it anymore. We weren't trying. So I was just like, oh, it's not gonna come out positive, because I got so tired seeing those negatives that I got used to it already, pretty much. Like, it's gonna be negative. Just watch, it's gonna be negative. And we went to the bathroom. I peed on the stick, and we waited the minutes that I said to wait, and this baby right now is kicking. So we waited, then we checked, and there was a plus. It said that I was pregnant. I wasn't shocked. He wasn't shocked. But I was all like, babe, does it say positive? And he was like, yeah. I was really, really surprised. I couldn't believe it. It was my first positive. I was excited, I was in shock, I was nervous. And I had to get ready to go to school. So we went to school. I told one of my friends from school, I asked her, is it positive? Like, do you see a plus? Because I still couldn't believe it. And she said there is a plus. I was really, really surprised. So the night went by because I was taking night classes, and when I got home, like, me and my fiance, we were talking on the phone. I was like, I still can't believe it. Like, it's like we're pregnant after so long. And next thing you know, like, the next day, I made the appointment to go the following day, which was on the oh no, we found out on the 8th. The appointment was on the 10th. So I made the appointment at Planned Parenthood to, like, confirm that I was pregnant, even though obviously on the pregnancy test it says that I'm pregnant, that I was pregnant. And we went, like, during the day, because that day I wasn't working. So we went, and they confirmed it. They said, you are pregnant. Planned Parenthood, it is known for abortions, like to terminate pregnancies, and birth control, obviously. And they asked me, are you gonna keep the baby? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep the baby. And I knew, I did the calculation from when I, like, my last period, which was December. I was like, okay, so from December, it was my last period, I should be having the baby on September. And I was like, oh my god, imagine if it was on September 10th, which is my fiance's birthday. I'm like, that would be so cool. And so, like, awesome to have the baby to be born on his birthday, because my birthday is a couple of days before my dad's birthday. So it would be cute that my baby would be born on, like, either on my fiance's birthday or like a couple days before my fiance's birthday, just like how I am with my dad. So they gave me my estimate due date, and it was on my fiance's birthday, which was really exciting. Made me even more excited about the pregnancy. Obviously I was still nervous because I didn't know how to tell my parents, and I was explaining to the medical assistant that the week before I was cramping on one side of my abdomen. I was cramping, and I thought that I was gonna get my period, but my period never came. And she seemed concerned, so she did an ultrasound. And so she did the ultrasound, and she didn't let me see anything on the screen. So I didn't see anything on the screen. Next thing you know, like, after she took out the little stick that they put in you, I sit up and I felt something. I felt something coming out. And I look down and I see blood. It wasn't just like a little bit of blood. It was blood, like the first day you get your period blood. And she walked in back into the room, and I told her, I was like, I'm bleeding. And she's like, she checked and she's like, oh, it's normal to have a little bit of bleeding at the beginning of your pregnancy. And I was like, I know that's normal, but only a couple drops, not this much. Like, why am I bleeding this much? And so nurse actually came in, and she checked me and she checked my levels. So they took out blood to check my levels, and they told me it could either be the start of a miscarriage or like you're just bleeding, because they said that they did not see anything in my uterus. So there was no baby in the ultrasound, nothing. So they were concerned that I was having an ectopic pregnancy. Then that's why I was cramping on one side of my abdomen. And an ectopic pregnancy, if you guys do not know, is when the egg, after it's fertilized, attaches into your tube. It could also be attached into your abdomen, which is not safe. And also, if it attaches to your tube, it's not safe either. Your tube can actually burst, which could cause it could cause death. So they checked my levels, and a couple of days after, they were going to call me, or the following day they were going to call me. And they called me and they said the levels were not bad, but they weren't high, and they weren't going high. So I had to go again that same day to get more blood drawn to check if my levels have gone up or if they gone down. So my levels actually ended up going, they were starting to go down. I still didn't stop bleeding. That day that I went to the clinic for the first time and I started bleeding there, I went to school and I was still constantly bleeding, and I was cramping, and it looked like I was already passing like blood clot. So right there, even though they were telling me no, it could be normal, like it's normal, you know deep inside that you're having a miscarriage, because normal is not that much of a blood. I was filling up a pad. So I know that was not normal. Normal bleeding on pregnancy is at the beginning, and it's even before you find out you're pregnant, and that's called the implantation bleeding, which is only a couple drops, not a lot, and not a lot of women experience that. I know deep inside that I was having a miscarriage. Next thing you know, on Friday, that was the last day that I went to the clinic, and they told me, so we're gonna take your, like, one more time your blood. If tomorrow they don't go up, if it's not high, then most likely they're gonna have to do a procedure on you, especially because you probably have an ectopic pregnancy. So they did take up my blood. I had to wait whole next day for them to give me a call. It was on Saturday, January 12th. So January 12th, I get the call in the morning. They said that my levels were going really, really low. I had to get a DNC to remove the remaining of the pregnancy, especially if it was an ectopic pregnancy. So if it was an ectopic pregnancy, I was going to end up having surgery. They thought that probably my tube had bursted, and that's why I was bleeding. Luckily, I was not having an ectopic pregnancy. I was just having a miscarriage. I ended up having to go all the way to San Diego at the Planned Parenthood over there to get the procedure done. If you don't know what a DNC, it's when they scrape, so they go into my vagina, they numb me. I'm not fully asleep, so I'm able to feel everything, but they put like relaxation medicine on my IV, and they were scraping everything from my uterus to make sure that it was all clean and I didn't have no more remaining of the pregnancy tissue. After that, right when I set up, that effects of the medicine that they gave me, I started throwing up. I was fine during the whole procedure, but right when I set up, I started throwing up. I asked if that was normal. They said it was. And they said that I was going to continue bleeding, but it should start like diminish, like little by little, and I should be getting my next period within the 6 weeks. So I only bled for 2-3 days, I would say, but I was cramping for those days like really bad, and they said that the cramping will be normal. My fiance deeply thinks that they provoked my miscarriage. I don't want to say they did, because I don't know. My body was probably already exposing the miscarriage by itself, but well, what's the odds of it actually starting that moment? So I don't know. I found out January 8th I was pregnant. 2 days later, I started bleeding. 2 days later after that, I ended up getting a DNC. I was beating myself up like any other woman would. But one of the main reasons why I was beating myself up was because that saying that I said, only if I had a miscarriage so I could know I could get pregnant. I kept telling myself, like, why did I even say that? I'm the one who caused my miscarriage. I'm the one, because I said that, I put it out there, and I ended up having a miscarriage. My fiance didn't blame me for that, which I am really thankful for him, for being there, supporting me. I was in a really dark place. I'm not gonna say that wasn't, but I knew if I let myself get to me, like how it was getting to me, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get pregnant again if I lost my weight. Because that's what I thought. I thought because I started gaining weight, I was able to get pregnant. So I told myself, let me just not let it get to me, so I could gain my weight, and I'm able to get pregnant again. My fiance and I did not try to get pregnant right away. We just let it happen. We weren't preventing it, but we just let it be. 3 months later, after my miscarriage, I ended up getting pregnant again on March. And again, I was surprised and shocked. And now I am currently 30 weeks pregnant with this rainbow baby. So I am really thankful for this pregnancy, and I'm still really thankful and blessed with my other pregnancy that I had, my little angel baby. And I still remember him till this day, or her, I don't know what it was gonna be. That baby would have been 1 month today, October 10th. And I know he's watching over us, or she's watching over us, watching over their little brother. And every day I'm really thankful for this baby boy. That's why I'm always talking to him. I'm like, I enjoy feeling him move. I know some girls don't like feeling their baby move, or they feel weirded out. I feel blessed. That's why a lot of people did ask me, like, why are you so obsessed with you being pregnant? This is why I'm so obsessed with being pregnant. Because I had a miscarriage. I wasn't able to carry that baby, but I'm able to carry this one, which I am really, really blessed and happy too. I really, really love Nathan, and I love my angel baby. I love them both, and I can't wait till Nathan is here in 2 more months. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys get to know me a little bit better. And if you guys have any other questions, comments, or if you guys want to tell me your story, if you guys ever had one, let me know in the comments below. It feels better to talk about it rather than keeping it inside, because it's hard to keep things like this inside.